want to define what this channel is all about. I thought it's about time we did that. First of all, in the world I live in, I often tell the people I work with that I was born 100 years too late. I am not wired for this digital world. That I'm doing a YouTube channel and that I have a website, boy, those were long turns in the road. But yeah, we're here. I'm doing things I never thought I would do. Largely COVID had bumped me into this digital platform. I only worked live up till that point, teaching manual skills of observation, teaching the fundamentals behind interpreting what we see in terms of fundamental knowledge, like principles of perspective, anatomy, ideals, how light expresses itself, composition, and it goes on. Those same things you find in good art fundamentals books. And then I was pushed into the digital world here, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the fact that I get a response on my YouTube channel. This is so beautiful and encouraging. So what is this channel all about then? So the people I work with, they say, Mark, you were born 500 years too late. So this is about where I am, okay? But I'm happy to share what I can in terms of manual exploration of our intimate world around us and using the mind and the hands as tools for creative expression without the interference of blindfolds that can kind of, let's say, limit or screen off our access to our own beautiful mind and our interpretation of what we see. Photography, I love photography. I love it very much. But there are limits as far as its value if we really want to grow and explore the beauty or the joy of doing artwork. It can help us, but it's so exciting when you, let's say, sit in front of a live model and draw a portrait, and this beautiful drawing you're doing comes alive and it's looking at you, and there's emotional interaction between that subject's eyes that you're drawing and you feel this is living. There's a language there that's coming alive. Well, just to show you, I've jumped off the cliff here. I've jumped into the deep end of technology. I did this just this week. I went on Google and I typed in, what is the Mark Anthony Studio YouTube channel all about? So I'm here to tell you all about that. And I want to read this to you, and it was brilliant. AI is impressing me. This is really brilliant. It says the Mark Anthony Studio YouTube channel focuses on traditional art techniques, particularly drawing and classical art. Very well worded. The channel offers live sessions, demonstrations, and workshops in areas like portrait drawing, old masters techniques, classical and sculpture drawing, figurative drawing, anatomy and perspective. Yes, we do. I offer all of that. When I do my videos, I'm telling everybody about what they can learn on the online atelier, or in workshops, or in demonstrations, right? It's aimed at artists of all skill levels, looking for a creative outlet and a focus on personal expression. Notice this, away from digital noise. And that is so true. What the channel features: traditional drawing. The core of the channel is traditional drawing, inspired by techniques of the old masters in 19th century French Academy. So you might have studied the Charles Bargue series of plates that he prepared for the Ornamental Academy. Very nice examples of how to simplify light and render form in an efficient and powerful way. Going on, it says, Live sessions and demos. Viewers can watch live drawing sessions and demonstrations of various techniques. Well, I haven't done a lot of those, but they're coming. I'm not sure that that's going to be the prime interest because I don't want it to be a technical, dry demo that we would do, let's say, in the atelier or workshops or things like that. What I want to do is inspire you to enjoy exploring your intimate world with your pencil, with your graphite, with your charcoal. Step out of this mainstream, we can say, of digitally assisted or photographically assisted technology and take those blindfolds off that sometimes can screen us from the real appreciation of things that touch us deeply in the heart. So that's what I'm going to focus on, is experiences. Experiences. As time goes on, I'm going to be showing you portfolio pieces and telling you stories that are behind these pieces. What happened and why I really wanted to have this piece of work on my wall or in my portfolio. So the workshops are offered on specific subjects like portrait drawing, classical sculpture, and figurative anatomical drawing. So yeah, there are always workshops happening that I'm part of. There are always classes that I'm doing. I operate the atelier as a classroom where students interact fully. There's a lecture, there's a full demonstration from a blank page on whatever subject we're studying. And I try to show in a very practical and real way that the fundamentals that we learn really do pull together in our drawing and come out as a very good artwork in the end. Composition and perspective. The channel also covers principles of composition and perspective drawing. Oh, I just got a message here. It's for artists of all levels. Now, so I'm not going to be really taking you through a classroom in these videos. You join the atelier for that purpose. But just for the record, just for you to know, for those who have stuck with this video all the way to this point where I'm 8 minutes and 17 seconds, wow. That I, 3 or 4 times a year, I do offer a free workshop demo, and it's handled on Zoom. And you're welcome to go to the website. It's posted in the link below, or it's www.markanthonystudio.com. So www.markanthonystudio.com. Go to the contact area. You can say, I'd love to be part of your free demo workshop coming up. And I'll make sure you're included. And we would love to meet you. And I'd love to do a real demo in front of you. The nice thing about that, opposed to recording a demo, is because I want the atelier to be live, living, that interaction where I'm reading the audience and responding to their immediate needs and questions that they have through the workshop. And that's a beautiful thing to do. Whether we're doing a live study or we're working together on some chosen source, so we all have the same source to move forward with. I break it down fundamentally. I show you the very first strokes that are helpful for me to build a scaffolding, construction lines, and then how we go about putting our model over top of that. So this way we're in control of the drawing, we're in control of the expression, the gesture, the emotion, despite what the model or living model is doing, in the fact that they're falling asleep through the process or they're moving slightly. It doesn't matter, because we've got the control with us. We want that challenge. The challenge of rising up to drawing intuitively is so beautiful. And enjoy that challenge of manual drawing. Enjoy it. I sometimes think about the challenge of manual drawing, and sometimes I talk to artists or work with artists, and they say, "Oh, can't we just grid off a photograph?" And yeah, you can. You certainly can. But I love to use the illustration of this, We don't want to be like the two guys that go on a big hunting expedition. They fill up the car with their best equipment, and they're just chomping at the bit to get out there. And they don't make it past the grocery store meat market, and that's where they go get their meat, and they come home. Okay, they got the meat. They got it. They have it. They can have their steaks and put them on the barbecue, whatever it is they want. They can get their buffalo or whatever is in the market and so on. But what did they miss? They missed that beautiful challenge of roughing it, going in the outback, mosquitoes, cold weather, too much rain, whatever the case was, the things that bring back the great stories. And even if they didn't even come back with a small little prairie chicken or whatever, that's okay. It's the experience that's exciting. And I want you to view artwork the same way. It's that experience. I did my little child. I drew a picture of my wife or my husband or my cousin or my parent who passed away. I met someone, I met an artist, and it was so beautiful to watch them work. I wanted to do a picture of them. I wanted to draw them in action, a narrative scene. Just for the record, folks, that's my joy. I love looking at artists working at artwork. I love that. To me, it's so inspirational when I see a beautiful dancer not realizing they're being observed by someone, just in their studio, preparing or warming up or whatever. To me, that's like walking through the forest and you come across a beautiful flower that blossomed. And if you weren't walking through the forest that day, passing that spot, it would have blossomed and died and nobody would have ever seen it. But I did. And that's the way I want to capture my subject. So you'll see I do some dancers, sometimes musicians playing a musical instrument, or some artist making something, or a peasant scene where there's a beautiful peasant scene of a subject and they don't even know they're being observed, but they got their old-fashioned costume on and their baskets or whatever it is. Those scenes really talk to me. Those subjects talk to me. And they bring me home to the old European world that my heritage is from, that I love so much. Anyhow, welcome to the channel. You know what it's about. It's for all artists of all levels, and it's basically to gain a real appreciation for manual drawing and growing in our minds, in our perception, and our dexterity and use of our tools, our manual tools, to create great artwork like they've done for thousands of years. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.